Now, how does all of this apply to diet and lifestyle? Well, that's a really good question. Let's see if we can answer that. I don't want to die anytime soon. Got to do something about this. I did something. I finally did something. Now I think I'm gonna live. Wake up! Kilby Slam Down Challenge! Or is it Smackdown? I forget. Slam down, smack down, I don't care. Slam it down, smack it down, beat it down, stomp it down, ground it down. Oh, it's a silly name, but serious business. We're gonna be talking about self-control. Yay! Self-control and self-discipline. Yay! Everyone loves a good spanking, don't they? Give yourself a spanking. Jump back, spank yourself. No, we don't like discipline. We don't like self-control, unless it's our idea, I guess. No one really likes self-discipline, self-control. I see it in my young kids, how they wrestle with it, and it only seems like when it's their idea, does it make a difference. It's hard to talk them into being self-disciplined, conning them into it using reverse psychology. And I think as adults, we're no different. We don't like self-discipline, we don't like self-control unless we decide that's what we want to do. But isn't that self-discipline in itself? So I used to smoke cigarettes, and that was one of those things that I did. I started smoking when I was 12 years old, and I tried to quit many times as I got older. I went maybe a day at most without a cigarette, and I really tried. Even after becoming a Christian, I tried to quit smoking. I just could not do it. It was just had a hold on me. But the reality is this: right now I am 7,402 days cigarette free. How did I do that? How did I go from the guy that couldn't go one day without a cigarette to the guy that's now gone almost 20 years? Oh, over 20 years without a cigarette. How did I go from the guy that couldn't do it to a guy that did do it and has continued to do it for 20 years? I was like, okay, let's say cigarettes were $5 a pack, and I smoked one pack every day for these whole 20 years. That's a savings of $37,000. So somehow I was able to quit something that I thought I couldn't quit. And at this point, it has gained me $37,000. Or at least I didn't spend it. I know, that's like wife math or something like that. So how did I do it? And how does this apply to diet and lifestyle? But before we get into that, I'd like to thank the sponsor of this video, Element. Element is a tasty electrolyte drink that has all the stuff you want with none of the junk. Backed by a science-based formula of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. It has all the stuff you want with none of the junk, none of the BS. No sugar, it's gluten-free, no dodgy ingredients, keto-friendly, paleo-friendly, carnivore-friendly. I'd say friendly for any diet. And I recommend this no-carb. Focus! And I always recommend this no sugar, no carb, unflavored version, the raw unflavored version. And I give myself the allotment of having some of the flavored ones on the weekends, but I always stick to that. And right now, currently, I'm actually fasting. So I've been using some of this as a water fast, just having some, making sure I'm getting all my electrolytes while I'm fasting, but we'll talk about that more. And how much do you want to bet? My wife right now is in her office drinking some chocolate Element. Let's go see. Actually, let's go. I'm gonna grab my phone and go film her. What are you doing?
Working.
What are you drinking?
Chocolate Element.
Called it.
Busted.
Yeah, I knew that. So right now, Element is offering our viewers one free sample pack. That's 8 of all their flavors with any purchase. All you need to do is go to drinkelement.com/Kilby. That's DRINKLMNT.com/Kilby to claim your free sample packet today. And that gives you all 8 of their flavors, the sample, and see what you like. And remember to use our link. It really helps out the channel. Thank you guys so much. So when it came to quitting smoking, I knew that it was bad for me. Like, I knew it was bad for me. I wanted to stop doing it. I wanted to stop smoking. You know, the Surgeon General said it was bad. They put it on all the cigarette labels, and I remember as a kid, like, there being commercials and magazines with cigarette ads, but not anymore. They took them all away. But for some reason, I just couldn't do it. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't have the power to do it. The strength that I had was not enough. And the reality is it created a lot of regret in my life. It's like when you know you want to do something, but you can't figure out how to do it, it will cause some regret in your life. You start living with like, I wish that time I tried quitting smoking, I would have actually just continued to do it. Like, man, if I wouldn't have gave up all that time that I worked hard on that and then relapsed and now I'm doing it again. Like, that's the thing people don't realize is the lack of self-discipline in your life will leave you with a lot of regret. But the cool thing about when you finally do it and you've climbed that mountain and you've practiced the self-discipline and have grown, you have no regret, really. It's like, yes, I wish I would have done it sooner, but now that I've done it, I'm thankful because now it has made me the person I am today. I have learned the lesson. I've learned the hard lesson. It was difficult. It took time. And now I'm a changed person. And so now I'm stronger in situations or decision making that I'm doing right now in my life. It changed me as a person. This is how I quit smoking. I went to jail. Yep, good old goody two shoes, Aaron Kilby from the Kilby life, got thrown in jail. This time, because it was a few times, it was for 10 days. And I was in jail. I could not smoke cigarettes, and I thought I was going to die. I literally thought I was going to die, but guess what happened? I did not die. I didn't die. And knowing that was awesome. And then I finally got out of jail, and I went out of the jail, and I went to an ashtray, and I grabbed cigarette butts, and I started smoking cigarette butts out of ashtrays because that's the kind of person I was back then. And I didn't quit then. I couldn't wait 5 minutes after getting released to go get a cigarette, even though I was 10 days in, because I hadn't decided to really quit. I just wanted what I wanted it, and I was right there in the whirlwind looking for relief. And I found it in smoking cigarette butts. And guess what? I continued smoking. But there was one thing that 10 days did. It put it in my head, in the back of my mind, like way far back, that it was actually possible for me to do it. Because I went 10 days without a cigarette. So I knew it was possible. It wasn't pleasant, but I knew it was possible. Possible. Oh, possible? Oh, possible? I just realized that the word possible is a weird word. It's like possum, like, oh, possible? Yeah. Here's the thing. If you don't know that something is actually possible or believe that it is possible, you won't do it. You won't see self-discipline in your life if you don't think it's even possible, because you're not going to try to do something if you think it's impossible. So how I really ended up quitting smoking is I moved 2,500 miles away. I moved out here to Ohio from Washington State, and immediately I got involved in youth ministry. And within 2 weeks of being in youth ministry and outreach, I just had it. I just got so convicted. I was like, I can never be a good mentor or a role model. I can't take all my failures from the past and use them to be a good role model again, a role model to these youth that I'm working with, these teenagers, if I'm sitting there smoking cigarettes. So I gave up cigarettes August 1st of 2003. And then August 2nd of 2003, I went out to the garbage can, pulled all my cigarettes out, and I smoked half one. And then I put it out because I was so disgusted with myself that I did that again, that I just couldn't do it. I knew it was possible. And that was the last time I smoked a cigarette, because I knew it was possible and I knew I needed to do it. I found a reason why to do it, and it was very difficult. It was very difficult for a month, 2, 3 months, maybe even a whole year, every once in a while something would trigger me and remind me of smoking. Guess what? Now I don't care about cigarettes at all. I don't care. I don't want to smoke, don't care about smoke. If someone smokes, I'm like, whatever. I don't think it's good for you. Just like I don't think eating a lot of cheeseburgers is good for you. But what I found out by doing it is that it was hard. But now it's not hard. It's easy now. Something changed in me. I changed. So how does this really apply the diet and lifestyle? I mean, you gotta eat. You don't have to smoke, you have to eat. And I know that's a really good question, but I was very lukewarm in my wanting to quit smoking. I was lukewarm in it. I was wishy-washy. I wanted to, but I didn't really want to, but I wanted to. But then I finally made a goal. I finally made a goal to quit. And I did it by just not doing it or by not doing it, right? I made the goal and then I made the goal. No, I made the goal and then I achieved my goal. And I'm still achieving my goal. Even though it doesn't sound appealing to me anymore, I'm still achieving my goal. I still am not a smoker. Just like I'm still on a carnivore diet. I made a goal and now I'm working on that goal. And I'm achieving that goal. So when it comes to diet and exercise and lifestyle, you have to have a goal that you know is possible. And then you have to do it. But it takes hard work and dedication. It's going to be painful. It's going to hurt. It's going to be uncomfortable. There's going to be things coming at you that you will never see coming. And you just can't quitting. You hear over and over again in diet circles or lifestyle circles or health circles, find your why. You need to find your why. You need to find your why. I've said on videos, find your why. This is your why. And I would say finding self-discipline in your life, being disciplined in your life is going to help you continually find your why. Hone in on that ever-changing why, because your why is going to be changing as you change, as you mature, as you discipline yourself to become the person that you want to be. Your goals are going to change. And so your why is always going to change. But that's why we practice self-discipline, is so we grow. So that we end up reaching our potential, right? Like, do you have potential that you're not living up to? Do you feel like you have potential that you're not meeting right now? Is there something more in you that you know you have but you're not there? Do you feel held back by yourself? Well, we all struggle with these things, but you don't know where you can get until you're disciplined to get there. And your why will continue to change. And it will get clearer and clearer. And one day you'll look back and be like, man, I don't wrestle with X, Y, and Z anymore. Now it's 1, 2, and 3. But I still got to be careful about X, Y, and Z while I'm working on 1, 2, and 3. We're always moving somewhere. Might as well be forward. Might as well move forward. Might as well make a goal and go at it. And sure, you mess up. Well, start again. Be more self-disciplined this time. Suffer through some of the pain. Suffer longer this time. Well, this is great and encouraging, but that's part of the process of being a better person, meeting your potential. I would say you need to be really mindful about your thoughts. What are you thinking? What impulses do you have? And when it comes to, should I eat this or should I eat that? Should I drink this or drink that? I think if you think it's a problem in your life and you should stop it or continue it, then it's probably a problem or it's probably okay. Ironically, this week's message is about finding self-control, being self-control, finding and being able to be more disciplined in your life. And I decided that I wasn't going to eat food for 72 hours. Why? I don't know. It just worked out that I was going to have a few easier days at work. I am 48 hours into it. I got 24 more hours to go. And it's been tough. But I'm thankful for the reminder right now. I'm not done. I'm still in the discipline area. I'm still having to fight right now, thinking about eating food. Do I have to do this? No, I don't. Do I need to do this? No, I don't. Then why am I doing this? Well, maybe I do need to do this because I've been drinking a lot of coffee lately and then putting heavy cream in it. And I know that my shoulders will hurt. I will get inflamed. I'll be really sore when I have dairy. But I get tired of black coffee, and so I've been not very self-disciplined in limiting my coffee and my dairy intake. And because of that, I feel like I'm needing a little reset in my life. So I'm suffering for 3 days without coffee, cream, food. I'm drinking water with electrolytes in it, no sugar, just some of this unflavored element stuff and some smoked salt in a hot cup. But I'm learning right now through this that being disciplined is always difficult, or it wouldn't be being disciplined. No discipline is pleasant at the time, but in time, it reaps a harvest in you. In time, that training will give you peace in your life because you're able to do hard things. Do you want to do hard things? No. I feel out of control. I feel like I'm lacking self-discipline. And so I'm fighting back with some discipline in my life. And I love it and I hate it, but I know I need it to be a stronger person. And I'm just reminded of how strong I actually am. And I'm reminded and excited to see what my potential could be if I just continue to try and not give up. And when I fall or fail, get back up again and fight again. And me talking about cigarettes and diet and stuff like that, I do this ultimately to see you succeed. If I could see other people succeed, it gives me great joy. My wife was telling me that today, that someone from our church saw that in me, that I have like this need to see people succeed and do a good job. And I hope it's not like an idol. I hope it's just a genuine, which I think it is, just a genuine love for people to do better, do well. Something I like cheering for people when they're doing it. It's when, it's hard to cheer for people when they just like give up in the middle of the race. That's hard. But all right, I want to thank everyone for watching these Kilby Life videos. I want you to do one thing. If you're subscribed, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, 2 things, because you're slacking, hit the subscribe button, then the like button. All right? All right, that'll really help us out. And again, thanks for everyone that supports this channel and watches these Kilby Life videos. I'm thankful for every one of you, and I pray and hope that you're more self-disciplined and become who you're supposed to be and find the potential in you that you knew was there, you knew was possible, but just had some work to do. It's all right. That's what we do, man. That's what we do. Why are you doing all this stuff on the camera? Why are you being all weird and stuff? Why are you being super duper weird? I should do one of these blooper reels where people watch these videos and are like, what the heck is wrong with that guy?